Party people, how you feeling?
Welcome in and welcome back. It just got real dark. So you get to see live streaming catastrophe. Why? Because just fell down. This is high-tech streaming stuff. Nobody else can deliver this kind of high-quality production. Here's what's happening. So, as some of you may know, or may remember, or may anything, the one light that I had that was front-facing, that died. And I've tried like figuring out what was wrong with it because it still gets power and all of that, but whatever. Literally as I go live, the light that I've replaced it with just fell off. So we're back to normal now. Yay! This was a good time. Hope everybody else is having a great Friday, because so far this is off to a banging start. Tonight we've got a bunch of stuff to go over. It is episode 12 of the Papa Jug podcast, and we are live on YouTube, or you will be hearing the recording of this somewhere else. iHeart, iTunes, Spotify, I don't know, somewhere else. You're enjoying it however you want. It's like Burger King. Have it your way. We do have a lot to go over tonight, and I tried to put together, as I usually do, I tried to put together topics that really work together and hopefully get you thinking about important stuff. So that is what we're going to be doing tonight. I want to start off with going over a couple of things, just kind of giving you an overview of all the topics. We have the CEO of X, aka Twitter, whatever. We're going to be talking about Sapnap. We're going to be talking about Activision Blizzard. We're going to be talking about the new current. It's the new current, like it can shift, but right now it's kind of in a solid place. The new current emperor of Twitch in terms of most subscribed channel currently, and it is a staggering number of just random regular concurrent subs. And then at the end of the night, we're going to be talking about Baldur's Gate, because we always want to end on a high note, and right now Baldur's Gate is a high note. So a couple of reminders. First, if you have not joined the PJParty Discord, I invite you to do so. The link is in the show notes. The link is in the comments section. Go wherever you can, but there's a link to the Discord. Go join that. That is the hub of the PJParty community. I encourage you to hang out there and spend some time meeting some cool people. And then also, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that. It is very, very helpful to us right now. We are working on 500 subs. We are currently sitting at 175, I think, tonight. So doing pretty well on that. We just need to keep growing that. So please, please, please make sure that you tell your friends, be like, hey, this dude needs help. Go sub. They don't have to comment. They don't have to like. They don't have to download anything. They just subs. That's all. It's real simple, people. It's very straightforward. Subs. Just get me subs. So all of that is going on. And then there was a third thing. What was the third thing? I don't know. We'll leave that alone. I'm going to cut that out of the audio so no one else is going to hear that. Let's get started tonight. We have a quick update, something that is a topic that we have covered at least 3 other times so far, and that is the Microsoft purchase of Activision Blizzard. The country of New Zealand has approved. I know, huge weight off your shoulders. Whew, what were we going to do if New Zealand didn't say yes? It was mildly important simply because New Zealand does have studios. They've got a fairly large player base because they are a kind of a hub of sorts for the Oceania area, along with Australia, and then even into Southeast Asia. So it was important. It was a thing. But New Zealand has approved, so that's one less roadblock in the way. It looks like the deal is basically done at this point. Microsoft has most of the approvals they need. They are still waiting on 2 big countries, the United States and the United Kingdom, united in their hatred for Microsoft. It's just weird. Like, I don't get it. But whatever, it is what it is. So we're still waiting on those 2 countries to officially give the green lights. At this point, it looks like they will, but we're always going to keep you up to date as much as we can here in the Papa Jug podcast, and there's your update. New Zealand has approved the deal for Microsoft to purchase Activision Blizzard. Moving right along, more important things. Sapnap! So, Snap. I added an N to his name. Sapnap. Big streamer. Very, very popular. Why are we talking about Sap? We're talking about Sap because Sap has signed a deal to begin streaming on Kick. Okay. Now, is that problematic in itself? No, depending on how you view Kick. Sapnap is a what's going on? I know, Snap. Chat's giving me shit for this. Sap is a big streamer, depending on how you feel about Kick. Okay, now he's there. Now, here's what we understand from Sapnap's side of the story. Sapnap has signed a deal worth a lot of money. I think it was 10 million. And it is non-exclusive, just like the rest of them, so he doesn't only have to stream on Twitch. More importantly, he can stream elsewhere. It's not that he doesn't have to, but he can. He has the full authorization to do it, and he's still on Twitch. Okay, cool. So, why is this controversial? This one is a little more unique, and this one is unique because Sapnap plays Minecraft. What is most of the Minecraft audience? Young. Most of the Minecraft audience is kids. It's just a fact. It's still a pop. Now, I'm not saying it's all kids. All the adults in chat are like, fuck you. I'm not saying it's all kids. What I'm saying is a large percentage of the Minecraft audience is minors. He's now on a platform that, again, this is going to be my personal opinion. He's now on a platform that doesn't really protect them. It is a much more dangerous and toxic environment on Kick than it is on Twitch. For all the shit that people give Twitch, it still has terms of service that it usually enforces, and it's got some safeguards. It has ways to weed out, there's auto mod features and things like that. There's safety settings that you can engage. There's a whole lot of things that can help protect younger or otherwise, vulnerable audiences. Okay. How do those two things come together? Now, I'm not saying they have to. I think that's also an important part. Sapnap's getting a lot of crap because Sapnap is now on Kick, and they're like, well, what about your audience? The whole audience doesn't have to go with him. I mean, okay, so we'll take, let's say somebody's an adult content creator. They're making lewd content. You can do non-lewd things on Twitch, for example, or Kick, and then have a Fansly account or have an OnlyFans account. Like, your whole audience doesn't have to go everywhere with you. I think that part of it is missing the point. I don't think that's the important part. And if you're in chat live or you want to add a comment down below to a VOD or to one of the audio files later on, you are welcome to do that. I would love to hear what you all think about this. I always do. I think the bigger issue is that Minecraft, a lot of gaming, a lot of streaming audiences, disproportionately are in the LGBT audience. They're in that community. That is not a safe thing to be on Kick. The level of targeting and harassment and hatred and just vile comments is just rampant on Kick. So again, does the whole audience have to follow Sap over to Kick? No, they don't. Is that okay? Yes, it is. But if that is your community, you're doing a couple of things. I think if I was Sap, I would have two concerns. First, my whole audience can't come with me. I'm literally saying that I'm going to go to a place that's not safe for you. The other, I think, is the more important part, which is you're going to a platform that almost by policy hates your community. If Kick wanted to, if Kick was interested in protecting minors or the LGBT community, if that's what they were interested in, they could have built those tools. They could have built it before they went live. They could have built it in the 8 months since they've been live as a beta. All of those things could have happened. They haven't. And their spokesperson, their representative, routinely hates on trans people. All that happens all the time. Documented. He's had Nazis on his show. He's had anti-trans people. He's had Hitler lovers. That's their spokesperson. And he's still there. They haven't told him to stop. They haven't said, you do this again and you're gone, because we will not put up with this bullshit. Kick hasn't done that. Kick has said, we respect him. So I think that's the bigger issue here. And we're going to talk about this again a little bit later. But a lot of Sapnap's audience is now invited to a place in which they are not welcome by the people. They are tolerated at best by management and disliked by most of the audience. So I think that's the bigger issue. I think that's the bigger concern here, is that, and he's getting called out for it. You know, let's also talk about the backlash that Sap has faced since announcing the Kick deal. Or I should say, since kicking it. No, I don't remember who was first. It was whatever. It was Kick. Who cares? It really doesn't matter. Since that deal got announced, the backlash has been pretty tough inside specifically the Minecraft community. Like Rambo has come out really trashing him on the deal. Tubbs has come out. Tubbs is like, no, this is fucking wrong. Because there was a post from Sap about how he was talking to other platforms. He's like, yeah, I've gone to other streaming sites and they weren't really interested in the deal. And I found a home at Kick. And Tubbs was like, bullshit. They didn't offer you enough money. This is all about money for you. I don't know. I have no idea if that's true or not. I have no basis on which to even make an agreeing or disagreeing with that opinion. I have no idea. But it does seem interesting that all the other platforms were not interested, I guess. And the only place you found was Kick. What does that mean? Like, does that mean your content isn't popular enough? Does that mean your community isn't welcome enough? Does that mean, I don't know what the hell it means, but I think it should be kind of a red flag a little bit. Something's not right. Now, the other thing is Sap could be lying about that whole thing. Sap could have just put that out and be like, yeah, I talked to all the other platforms. Maybe he didn't. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe all those other platforms never got spoken to, what other platforms? Like, what are you going to talk to? Rumble? Rumble is flat out a far right-wing website. Like, that's their whole point. So that would be worse than Kick. Like that's a disaster and a half right there. I wouldn't even go down that road. So what other platforms were you talking to? Trovo? Like what? Like where were you going? I don't know what other conversations you were having. Rumble, Trovo, YouTube? I'm not, that part of the story doesn't quite add up for me, but to make it part of a story and say that you were having those conversations, but Kick was where you wanted to go, it's like, dude, there's so many brand risks, I will tell my community, you guys right here, I will tell all of you, there's an opportunity for me to go to Kick. I'm not doing it. Until they change their policies, until they decide where their morals and ethics are as a corporation, and I'm not saying that the corporation has it, but it's basically a dictatorship from the CEO. When they decide that they are not going to tolerate white supremacy, I'll look at it. When they decide that they're no longer going to tolerate, homophobia and anything that's anti-LGBT, I'll consider it. But right now, the brand deal is just like, it's not a good place for me to invite somebody. Like I could say right now, I can go to a Klan rally. I would be safe there. Would I invite my friends and family? No. So what? So same kind of mentality. I could go somewhere and be okay. But if I can't invite other people there, not because they wouldn't, agree, but literally because it's dangerous for them. That's a line. That's the red line. That's the line in the sand. That's whatever lines you want to talk about. I'm not crossing that one. So it just, I think that for somebody like Sap, who's got a significantly sized LGBT following, a significantly sized following from children, it's not just 17-year-olds who are about to be 18. They're children. Like some of them are 9. Some of them are 10, 12, 11. I mean, wow, I just counted weird. That's where you've got to say, this is not the place. And again, just logistically, it doesn't have to be a place for everybody, but it should be open to everybody. And I think that's where he's failing. So he is getting a lot of backlash from it. The Minecraft community is really not happy with what he's doing. I think it does set a dangerous precedent for how people are potentially, and I don't know if this was Sapnap's inspiration or not, but potentially are you putting the money over the ethics? And that's something that we have to figure out as content creators, me and other content creators. We've got to figure out, is the money worth it? Because again, Kick has 95.5 in terms of revenue split, way better than Twitch. It's better than YouTube. But at the same time, if I can't invite my community to feel safe there, is that money worth it to me? Well, no. To me, to Papa Juggernaut, no, it is not. To me, that's dirty money to me. Do I judge other creators? A little bit. I'm not going to lie about it. A little bit. Your community is, you're telling them to go to an unsafe space. But that's your call. Like, I'm not ending friendships over this, but that's your call. I won't do it. And I don't think that, and you also got to think of it this way. I think of it this way. I can't send my community to you on Kick. On Twitch, I can do that. On Twitch, I know who I'm rating. I know what they're doing. I can see things. Great. And I know Twitch has some guidelines in place. I can't send my community to Kick. I can't recommend to my community, go watch this person on Kick. And the reason for that is very simple. I don't know what they're going to get when they arrive. Is there going to be hate waiting for them? And it's not coming from anybody I would recommend, but could it come from the people who show up in their chat? Yeah. And that's a risk to me. So it's close. But it's not something that they got a lot of work to do. Okay. Kick has a lot of work to do. It's that simple. Up next, we are talking about another toxic, terrible place. Welcome to X, aka Twitter, aka I don't know whatever. All right, so why are we talking about Twitter again? We've talked about Twitter a lot lately. I'm sorry, X. Why are we talking about X a lot? We've talked about X a lot lately. Here's why. For the first time in a long time, X, the newly named Twitter, X has allowed some of their executives to be interviewed and actually do media stuff, which is weird because Elon Musk basically fired the entire media department of the company. It was so bad. It was just so bad. What were we just talking about? Oh, yeah, white supremacists. What were we just talking about? Endangering children. Oh, that's right. Welcome to X. Oh, God. What's up, everybody that is shown up in chat? It is nice to see you. Don't forget, guys, anything you comment in chat, I do try to read it. And as you've seen, it does occasionally get read during the podcast. So X was a fascinating place. I'm not going to name his name because I have no interest in glorifying this person or giving them any more attention than they have. But there was a person who shared, how do I put this? They shared images relating to child porn. That's as descriptive as I'll get. They shared it on Twitter. And they shared it on Twitter to say that it was wrong. They shared it on Twitter to say they objected to it. And they lost access to their account. The Twitch moderation stepped in and said, this is inappropriate. Your account is now suspended. Good job. Yippee. Cool. Now, Elon Musk stepped in and said, oh, this was a misunderstanding. We're going to reinstate their account. What? Elon Musk said, misunderstanding. We're going to bring their account back to the forefront. No problem. And it's a big account. This is not like a little guy that's got 12 followers. This is a person with thousands of followers. Okay? Okay. The explanation was, because he was showing it as something he opposed, he wasn't actually showing child porn. I don't get it. I can't be that stupid. Are you So yes. So here's where the disaster comes in. Obviously, this is wrong 100 times over and in so many different ways. Here's where it goes wrong from a corporate perspective. Shortly after this, there was the head of government relations for X was speaking in front of the Australian Parliament. And he was telling the Australian Parliament how safe it is and how great everything is, and they fight child porn. And literally a member of Parliament was like, question, what about this dude? And he said, oh, no, that's different. They were like, no, it's not. He shared child porn. You allowed him back on the site. You can't tell us it violates your terms of service if you let the dude back on. This is a non-starter. You're letting a child porn poster on your site. And they're like, no, he opposes it. Okay. That makes no fucking sense. Well, how does this work in their heads? And his whole point, he was trying to convince the Australian government that X is a safe place for which you can post your opinions. Sure, if your opinions are child porn, apparently it's a safe place. It's fine. Everything is okay. So that's the first thing, okay? This is step one. Then the CEO, who I have called the rubber stamp, she did an interview in a magazine. And she was talking about, and I love this, she actually said she handles the business side of things. Elon Musk handles the product. No, that's not how being a CEO works. I mean, granted, she's new to the job, but she did work for a multi-billion-dollar corporation before this called NBC. That's not how a CEO works. You don't hand off part of the company and say, well, I'm only the CEO of the other part. No, that's not how that works. You're the CEO of the whole thing. You have the whole X. It's all you. You don't get to just be like, okay, I'm the CEO of this part. I mean, like, does she do that during the day? Like, I'm only CEO from 12 to 4? Like, how does that work in her head? So she goes on and she's talking about, you know, how Twitter is a really safe space. They've eliminated a lot of the bots and how, you know, content is cleaned up and it's a wonderful place to be posting ideas. As this guy's account is being reinstated, as they're reinstating Kanye West, a man who said he's pro-Hitler. He's on Hitler's side of things. That's what Ye said. He said, I'm on Hitler's side. He has his account back. How is that a safer place to be? You gave Tucker Carlson, a white supremacist, you gave Tucker Carlson a show. How is that a safe place to be? I can't. This doesn't make any sense. But this is the thing. This is the new trend for the last 10 years or so. It's this new tactic. It's real misdirection. Whatever you are, claim you're not that. Are you a racist? No. I just like my people. Okay. That's where they're going with their content. And like I said, we're going to talk about this because this is a thing. It's where are the safe spaces? And I was thinking about SAP and I was thinking about the Twitter CEO, the X CEO, which, by the way, when you read it in print, it's the letter X and then CEO. It's the CEO of X. That makes sense. But when you speak it, you're talking about the ex-CEO. Okay, well, who's the current CEO? Has nobody thought of this over at that company? It's the ex-owner. Okay, who's the current owner? It's the X terms of service. Okay, what are the terms of service now? I literally, if somebody had, and I haven't checked into this because I thought about it 2.5 seconds ago. If somebody has the Twitter user account wife, are they now the ex-wife? I need people to think before they do. I need them to put the ideas on paper and look at it for a second and say, how could this fail me? I like the idea, but where could it go wrong? We like the idea of banning this child porn sharing person. What would be wrong if we reinstate him? Let's think about that. Just put some thoughts. Anyways, but like I said, this is the new trend. If you're pro-Hitler, you don't say you're pro-Hitler. What you say is you're examining the things to get a full understanding of Hitler. Well, does that mean you like Hitler? No. What does it mean? It means I want to better understand Hitler. Okay. Do you like child porn? No. Why'd you share the picture? Because I want people to understand what it is. Okay. Are you a crazy person running a multi-billion-dollar social media platform? No. What are you? I'm the new owner. Okay. No, you're not the new owner. You're the ex-owner. Right, the new owner. It's like who's on first. We're at that level of stupid, except it's not a comedy skit anymore. Now it's billionaires. It's not a joke anymore. It's real life. It's the real things that are happening. Abbott and Costello, their routines are now the way people actually think. This is the danger. This is where society is starting to run off the rail. We have to rein this back in. And I'm not saying we all have to agree. Ideologically, we can all be different. But the important thing is you have to use logic at some point. It's got to step in. It has to say, just because you feel it doesn't mean you should speak it. Just because you speak it doesn't mean you should do it. Just because you do it didn't mean it was right. There's so many safeguards along the way. We're not using them. We're just thinking, speaking, doing, and saying, I'm never wrong. That's how now companies like X. You think, you speak, you do. It's not questionable. Everything's right. No, this was our decision. Everything is going perfectly. We are 99.99% safe. No, you're not. Like literally every study since Elon Musk has bought the company, every independent research group that has looked at Twitter has said this is exponentially less safe than it used to be. You've eliminated your moderation teams. You've greatly downsized any customer service. Your filtering capability is gone. Nobody gives a shit anymore. You don't filter anything. But then you've got Elon Musk and Linda Yaccarino going out saying, everything's great. We're perfect. This is the path of the future. Like, dude, the future looks shitty. Just FYI. Future looks like maybe we shouldn't go there. You know. I'm very, very colorful comment in chat. I'm not going to suck start my rifle because I want to understand it more. Wow. Woo. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's that. So anyways, I want you all to understand that there are decisions to be made when you're looking at where you are investing your money and your time. And what is the future of these places? Is there a change that could happen? Yeah. So maybe we need to wait for that change before we decide to move forward. Kick, in my opinion, everybody can have a different one. In my opinion, Kick is a let's wait and see. Will they grow up? Will they mature? Let's find out. Twitter is like trying to inhale while in a tornado. We have no idea what's next. Could we get a mouthful of air? Yes. Could we get a mouthful of dirt? Yes. Could we get a mouthful of truck? Yes. We don't know. Things are just whirling around and we're going to see what hits us. That's what we're doing right now. So be considerate. Let's all just be good people, okay? We don't have to tear others down to build ourselves up. We don't have to find an enemy. We can just find allies. Like, we can do good things, and I think that's what we need to do. Well, let's try it. And then we move on. Up next, we are talking about Jynxzi. Not my friend, Mr. Jynxzi. That's a whole different conversation. This is Jynxzi, the person who, as of a week ago, is the #1 subscribed Twitcher. I'm gonna go with this. It's a kicker and a twitcher. That's probably not gonna stick. He is now the current #1 subscribed account on Twitch. Jynxzi has over 100,000 subs. He has overtaken Kai Cenat. He has overtaken Hassan. He's overtaken everybody, and that's why he's at the top of the list. So I thought this was interesting because I only recently became aware of Jynxzi. What I'm about to say is not a criticism of his content. It simply doesn't align with my brainwaves. I can't watch somebody who screams that much. And I mean screams. Homeboy gets on his mic, screams. He's yelly. He's twitchy. There is no train of thought. It's a train exploding without tracks, and it just goes. All credit to him in the world. He has found a way to entertain thousands and thousands of people. His usual stream can have anywhere from 20 to 40,000 live viewers at a time. Clearly, he's got 100,000 plus people who are willing to give him at least $5 a month. Now, I do want to clarify, again, what I'm saying, he is the current #1 in terms of Twitch subs. He doesn't hold the record for Twitch subs. That is still Kai Cenat, who broke 300,000 subs in 1 month. I'm just talking about the fact that he is currently holding the most number of subs, and that is 100,000 plus. But yeah, I mean, he's a Counter-Strike player. Counter-Strike, right? He's not Call of Duty. He's Counter-Strike. Yeah, but whatever. He's that. What the picture? Chat's going like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? The picture on the screen is a little dysmorphic. He doesn't always look like that. It's a pronounced jaw. But anyways, like I said, we got to give credit to the guy. He has found a way to entertain. He has found a way to earn money, and he is currently sitting at 100,000 plus Twitch subs. So there you go. There's your update on the world of Twitch. I can't actually bring up a list because you'll see it in the. What are you going to see it in? You're going to see it in the preview. You're going to see it on the thumbnail here. Where is our Twitch streamer list? Where the hell did it go? Top Twitch streamers. Why is it not here? Channel. Oh, subscribers. There we go. Oh man, God, Twitch tracker is so broken. If I leave Twitch tracker up for like more than a minute, it stops thinking and it like freezes up. So I've got to do this again. I can give you the full list because that ain't working right. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Okay. So Jynxzi is currently sitting at 106,000. When I last looked, it was like 101. 106,000 current subs. Kai Cenat has 82,000. Hassan has 62. Gaules? I don't. Perhaps they know Letard. I don't know. Maybe they're French. 57,000. Blur has 48,000. XQC has 47,000. Nick Merckx, Mr. I'm going to protest schools and hate on the LGBT community and have my Counter-Strike skin ripped off. Or Call of Duty skin. 40,000. Iloquan has 34,000. Annie has 34,000. And number 10 of 10 is Papa Plate, 32,000. So, if anybody would like to help me get on this list, please drop your subscription over on Twitch and we'll climb right to the top and I will give a thanks to everybody. I will do one stream. If we get into the top 100 sub channels of Twitch, I will do a stream where all I do is read your names. Promise you that. Let's go. Welcome to everybody that just showed up here in the chat. It is nice to see you all hanging out. Thank you very much. Don't forget, if you do watch live on chat, you are welcome to comment on the VOD later, or please drop a like while we're live. That's always helpful. So anyways, Jynxzi, not my friend, Mr. Jynxzi, but Jynxzi, the first-person shooter streamer, is currently sitting at #1 with, as I said, 106,000 subs. 47,000 are paid. 34,000 of them are Prime subs. I never even looked at the number. I just noticed it. 34,000 of his subs are Prime subs. 20,000 of them are gifted, and approximately 50 to 60 of them are tier 2 or tier 3. But otherwise, dominating this 99.999% of them are tier 1s, which is just like the safety level at Twitter. Just saying. He plays for Station Gaming, so that makes sense. He has a bit. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. He's part of a team and all that. Yeah. But also, I mean, he's got skills too. Let's also give the guy credit. He is a skilled player. He's a routine player in the champion leagues. So, I'm not taking away his ability. I struggle watching him just because I feel like my head is losing brain cells as I watch. But GG's, dude. You're a success. Applaud you. Moving right along to our big chat of the night. We are going to be finishing up on something that is a positive topic, and that is Baldur's Gate 3. Why are we talking about Baldur's Gate 3? We're talking about Baldur's Gate 3 for two big reasons. First of all, very popular game right now. A lot of people were excited when it came out. I think August 3rd was the release date. In fact, I know it was August 3rd because that's the date that I told you about in the last week of July. And I said, hey, here's an upcoming game. And I said, it's August 3rd. So I know that. So Baldur's Gate came out about a week ago. Baldur's Gate, ridiculously popular right now. Streamers are loving it. Players are loving it. Everybody's having a good time with Baldur's Gate. Now, that's awesome. We love it when a game comes out, the game works, the community is embracing it, and everybody's just having a good time. That's how communities come together, and I love to see that. That is what the PJParty is all about. We're here to bring people together for fun moments and learning moments and things like that. So this is cool. The other interesting thing about Baldur's Gate 3 is that I talked about this with some friends of mine. We've talked about it, before it came out. We've talked about it since it came out. One of the things that people love about this game coming out is that it's basically the studio proving that you can have positive, complete, popular game without a ton of microtransactions, and you're still going to make money. We don't have that anymore. Especially at AAA title level. AAA title level, these studios are sucking every dollar, every penny. Oh, that's a microtransaction. That's a microtransaction. That's a microtransaction. Oh, you want a DLC? $9.95, motherfucker. There's a whole thing. We don't have to. No, we don't. I want to read you a comment. This was so much fun. I went onto Steam and I was checking out, okay, so, what are people saying right now? And I found a comment that was so iconic. I just had to read it. But this is basically Larian Studios saying, we're going to show the rest of the world how to do this because we're still doing it. I want to read you this comment. This comes from right there. So this is on Steam. This was a recommended review. The person currently has 57 hours in game. Dances with sheep. Creepy name, but let's move on. Dances with Sheep leaves the review for Baldur's Gate 3. Quote, "This is how you show up devs like Ubisoft with no imagination. This is how you show up devs like EA who love their loot boxes. This is how you show up devs like Blizzard with season passes and real money shops. This is how you show up every dev demanding online connections for single-player games. This is how you create a game that ticks the types of boxes fans want ticked. This is giving you a complete game for your money. This is giving you a quality experience. This is delivering what was promised. This is Larian. Thank you for Baldur's Gate 3. End of turn. Waiting for other devs to roll a 20. I read that comment and I was just like, yeah. There's nothing wrong with what Dances with Sheep said. That's the point. Why are more studios... Now, I'm going to ask a rhetorical question. If you're in chat, you are welcome to answer it live. I'm going to ask a rhetorical question, then I'll give you the answer. The rhetorical question is this. Why don't other studios do this with AAA titles? If it wasn't copyrighted, I would play the Jeopardy song right now. I'll give you the answer. There you go. The faulty G in chat just said it. 'Cause money. We buy it. It's that simple. If the gaming public had said, you know what, we're not doing this. We're not going to give you another $2, $5, $3, $10, $20, $100. We're not going to keep paying for this shit. You made a game and we bought the game. Why is that not the end of the transaction? We don't do that as gamers. We keep buying more stuff because it's there. There's another battle pass. Oh, I want the cosmetics. That's what we do. So why wouldn't the studio do it? We're literally holding out wallets to them and saying, here's my money, take it. Take my money. And they said, all right, you got it. You want to give us money? No problem. That's why they're doing it. Money, 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 money. Yeah, no, right? Yeah. Cough, Star Citizen. Cough. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it. I do it too. I bought Sea of Thieves season passes. I buy Star Citizen ships. I haven't bought anything else in Red Dead. Huh. I bought Red Dead and that was the end of that. Now, that's partially Rockstar's fault because Rockstar has said, we're not giving you anything more for Red Dead, so screw you. So I have nothing else to buy. But that's why. I mean, let's be very clear. Larian Studios has decided not to get the extra money, but we all know the extra money would be there if they made it. If they opened that door, if they said, hey, we're going to sell you more stuff, people will be like, okay, and off they go. They will go buy it. But I wanted to end tonight's episode on the Baldur's Gate 3 concept and the idea and what Larian is doing, because I think that it's a wonderful moment in gaming, in the community, in the development from the studios, all of these parts. I think it's a great place to end tonight because this is something that brings communities together. They're happy about it, and it shows a profitable way forward. And I love seeing that. I hope all of you are enjoying Baldur's Gate 3. I don't have it. It's not my vibe, but whatever. You know, this is a show where we talk about all of gaming and all of streaming, not just the parts that I like. So congratulations. If you have Baldur's Gate 3, like I said, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope it's something that you're sharing with friends. Hopefully it's something that you're sharing with streamers. If you want me to play it, great. Put me on that on that sub list, baby. If we're gonna get those subs, put me on that sub list, and I'll go buy Baldur's Gate 3. That's all I'm saying. Okay, it's a very simple exchange here. You sub, I buy game. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. Anyways, that's it for episode 12 of the Papa Jug podcast. As I said, don't forget this will become a VOD immediately after this with chapters in the description and the show notes and the audio. Audio gets uploaded every Monday. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, click chat, share, whatever you want to do. Anything you do to engage with the show is really, really appreciated. And again, sub to the YouTube channel. I need the subs. And we are growing at a wonderful speed, so I do appreciate all the support there. Until next time, go have yourself a good morning, a good day, a good night, whatever it is for you. And I will see you next Friday. See ya!